have two daughters. My oldest is 4 years old. Her name is Kobe. And my youngest is 19 months old and her name is Farah. Our story started when we watched the rise in our daughter's chest stop and the pink in her cheeks turn white. Watching my 11-month-old daughter go limp as her daddy laid her on the ground made my heart stop, and the voice from dispatch on the phone made it race, and the sound of the sirens made it real. Farah was diagnosed with pallid breath-holding spells, an untreatable condition that we were told to learn how to cope with, and that she would grow out of it around the age of 5 or 6. We told ourselves that it was a fluke and that it wasn't going to happen again because she was such a happy and beautiful child. How could she have something like this? Unfortunately, every time Farah would get upset or bump her head or get frightened, she would have these spells. We never got used to them. Watching our daughter throw her head back and pass out and stop breathing, it always seemed like the longest minute in history, waiting for her to open her eyes again and take that first breath. Once we started somewhat getting used to Farah's spells, she began to have seizures with them. And again, we were told that it was normal, but they were horrible. And our oldest daughter was now terrified. Every time she had a spell, she would run into her room crying because she didn't want to see her sister the way that she was. Farah has also had digestive problems since she was born, and when she turned a year old, they started doing testing for various causes of what could be causing all the distress. All the tests were coming back negative, and we were sent to a children's hospital where they discovered that her liver enzyme levels weren't normal, and she was an alpha-1 MZ carrier. And we were instructed to keep her away from smoke and harmful air to protect her lungs because there was a great possibility that she was going to develop breathing problems and emphysema later in her life. Farah became miserable. She was on high doses of heavy laxatives every day that was really hard to get her to take. She was waking up 10 times a night, thrashing in her sleep. And during the day, she was having crying fits that lasted 45 minutes several times a day. Nothing made her happy. At playgroup, she would sit and just stare at all the other kids. She didn't want to play. She didn't join any activities. She was scared of everybody. The only person she ever wanted was me. Nobody ever wanted to babysit, and I remember thinking one day, if nobody wants to babysit, how are we ever going to send her to preschool or kindergarten? Our life became so dysfunctional and heartbreaking. The saddest part was that we had lost the enjoyment of our daughter, and that was really, really hard as a parent. It was so incredible. We were able to take her off the medication. She didn't need to take those high doses of laxatives a day just to give her relief. And then we went a week with no spells, and her mood started to change, and we were committed to using essential oils. It's been 4 months since we started using it, and she hasn't had a single spell, and her crying fits are a thing of the past. She plays with other kids now. She loves to dance. Her smile just brightens up her room so fast. Certified 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oils has changed our daughter's life. It has freed her from the dysfunction and the pain that she was having, and it has given us the power to help our children in the most natural and safe way. Changed our life, and I know that it can change and impact others.